common thing today, and has also been common for a while now. But why do you play sports? Some of you might play sports because you like to be part of a team, have an extra activity, or develop in that sport and its skill. A big reason, according to Time magazine, after asking people why they play sports, was that they wanted to have fun. Even though those are good reasons to play sports, there are some reasons that can help you physically and mentally. These include getting exercise, developing courage, becoming socially healthy, etc. But a big thing that all sports can help you with is controlling your emotions. Some of you may have never thought of this, and some of you may have. But how do emotions play into sports? Can it be bad? Now, there are lots of emotions that can be expressed during a sports game. You could be expressing satisfaction, joy, or frustration. If you are one to be very open with your feelings, you can sometimes overdo it, which can be bad for yourself and somebody else. For example, if you are in a basketball game, you're missing every shot you take. You tripped twice. Your team is playing like trash. The ball keeps getting taken away from you, and the referee isn't calling any fouls because he's so blind. It's outstanding. He drives without wrecking. You are so mad at your team, your coaches, and yourself that you pout the whole game, causing a scene on the court. Your outburst could potentially become consistent on the court and off the court, causing you to become unhappy and cause others to be unhappy from your mood. Now, uncontrolled feelings aren't always negative, but their outcome can be. For example, getting too excited. You could get so excited after winning a game that you sound cocky and rude. This will make other people feel bad and affect them in a negative way because of how you reacted. When they get upset, they can get out of control with their feelings and affect yours, spreading like a wildfire. So how do we know the secret behind controlling your emotions is sports? Well, if you learn to manage how you react during games and practices, you can build that habit outside of sports in your everyday life. To do this, you can learn strategies you use in sports. When you do this, your reactions towards others and their reaction to you will be much more calm and mature than if you express your emotions too vividly. You can have a much more reasonable conversation, more reasonable actions, and a much more reasonable relationship with other people. These strategies you can learn can also help you manage your stress. According to the ADAA, Anxiety and Depression Association of America, exercise is vital for mental fitness and can reduce stress. The amount of exercise that you get from sports can help you be mentally fit and manage that stress. And managing your stress is very important because it links with how you feel. So it is very important that we use sports to not only control our emotions, but to control our stress too. Because managing our stress will support how we react, supporting how we control our emotions. But how do we know that sports can help you manage your feelings? Well, I would know because I play sports and I've had experience with how they can help. I remember last year, I was in a little argument with my friend because she had some issues of why I hadn't sat with her and the rest of my friends at lunch one day. And she was really mad at me and wouldn't talk to me. I all of a sudden lashed out at her when she ignored me like I didn't exist. I knew it wasn't right, but I was really upset. So we kept our distance and I had a soccer game that weekend. My team began to lose and I was frustrated. But at halftime, I was put in for the rest of the game and I was really working out. And the amount of exercise I was getting started to relax me. I was starting to breathe, especially when I was feeling really, really tired. That was the strategy I had learned. Breathing distracted me from being angry. So when I apologized to my friend and she ignored me again, I took deep breaths and told her that if she didn't want to talk to me, that was okay. I was able to handle the situation better because of what sports did. Even sports like golf or tennis can help you control your emotions. There was this other time I was bragging about how I won a minute to win it challenge, and my friends were very displeased with me. They didn't like how I was talking to them because I sound really cocky. I played tennis outside the next day with my neighbor and was crushing him. He was younger, so there wasn't a lot of running involved. But seeing how upset he was, I figured out a technique to not help me brag. Whenever I focused on playing the game other than how well I was doing compared to him, I was able to not brag. That's when he didn't get upset, and we both had fun playing together. So the next time we had a minute to win it challenge, I was very modest about it. I was able to contain my obnoxious emotions and make the people around me have a better time. By playing sports, we can figure out ways to control our emotions, then apply those strategies to our everyday lives. But why should we care if we have figured out that sports can help you manage your feelings? Well, there is a consequential domino effect if you choose to not control your emotions. When you do not choose to take responsibility with managing your feelings, it can affect others. Say you have two matches. One of them represents your mood, and one of them represents somebody else's mood. Now, when your match is lit, that means that your mood is out of control. And when somebody else's match is out, they're controlling their emotions. When you react in an immature way by not managing your feelings, you cause your flame to light someone else's match, causing them to have an uncontrolled mood and light someone else's match. Then the flame will spread out to everyone. This will cause everyone to have uncontrolled emotions. Well, some of you might not care about others. Well, your outburst of emotions, whether they be too ugly or too excited on other people, can come right back to you. They will release their uncontrolled emotions and affect yours. So we should care, because if our feelings are exposed immaturely, we will be destroying our world's maturity and making everyone less responsible. How leaders of the world, which can be anyone, communicate to others affects our peace and relationships with other nations. And if one nation takes something wrong, it will be bad. As Master Yoda from Star Wars once said, fear is the path to the dark side. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering. Playing sports can help you manage your feelings. Whether you play sports for fun, exercise, or extra activities, you can learn how to control your emotions. It is important that we control our emotions and make sure everyone can be in a great mood, because our world could fall apart with us never realizing this was the reason. Now I know that the world has other problems that can make us fall apart, but hello! Solving this problem can solve other problems, because we are making peace when we control our emotions. And by doing that, we can communicate with other nations and help each other solve those problems. This is a secret that has now been exposed, and it is so easy to accomplish. So if you are thinking right now, am I causing this problem? Am I having trouble with this? How do I fix this? Your call of action for me is to try sports, because it can definitely help you control your emotions. By doing this, we will help our world by making us more responsible, making us more peaceful. So what do I suggest? Try sports. Thank you.